trade, we have simplified the trade and investment regime for companies that do business inside the continent. We have done this through further extending the simplified tax and foreign exchange framework for companies with operations on the continent to unlisted companies. The cap of such benefits for listed companies will be increased. The package of industrial incentives has also been increased and adapted to cater for the varying needs of businesses, including process improvements, machinery upgrades, industrial finance, and export promotion. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most important ingredients on the path to growth is working together. We are already working together as government, the private sector, labor, and the community sector in implementing the National Development Plan. We are working intensely with the private sector in particular to remove obstacles to investment so that we can achieve inclusive growth and create jobs. I've convened a meeting of the Presidential Business Working Group tomorrow, and a progress report will be provided on work that has been done thus far by work streams from business to government. The task teams have been working on many issues such as the issuing of water licenses, environmental regulations, business financing, business registrations, and many other issues that could be an obstacle to economic growth. Important factor is that we are talking and that we are looking for solutions together. This is a great achievement for our country in recent times. A Labour Indaba bringing together the network partners is also planned for early November to be convened by Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa. Together we are moving South Africa forward in the true sense of the word. This collaboration has also been evident in our innovative new program, Operation Phakisa. I undertook a state visit to Malaysia last year and was impressed by their big, fast results methodology. We have adapted this delivery program at home and have launched it as Operation Phakisa. We released delivery plans for Operation Phakisa 1, which looks at unlocking the economic potential of the country's ocean economy. The uniqueness of Operation Phakisa is that we work together as business, labor, government, academic institutions, and community organizations to develop plans that will take South Africa forward to prosperity. Given the challenges facing our country, we have no choice but to work together. The work done through Operation Phakisa in the ocean economy focuses on realizing the full potential of our oceans, including offshore oil and gas, growing aquaculture businesses, boat building, and a comprehensive framework for marine services. Next month, we will launch Operation Phakisa 2, which will focus on building ideal clinics in our country. Teams from business, government, labor, and academia will grapple with one key question for 6 weeks at their retreat on the outskirts of Pretoria. What constitutes an ideal clinic in our health system? At the end of 6 weeks, we will release their findings to the public. We have been requested to look at Operation Phakisa mining, and we are seriously considering that. In other words, Operation Phakisa is a way that meets our anxiety as government. We have been saying, how could we quicken the process of delivery? Because, as you know, government wheels turn very slowly. And this methodology helps us to address that issue. It's a concentrated plan with different sectors, and it must be done in every sector. I think for the first time we are going to deliberately exploit our ocean, which we have never done before. I was saying to my brothers and colleagues here a while ago outside. One time I was in Cape Town and I wanted to take a boat from Cape Town to Durban. And I went to places I thought they may be selling tickets. And I said, how much is a boat from Cape Town to Durban? And I said, boat from Cape Town to Durban? I said, yes. They said there's no boat between these two. I was shocked. I mean, countries just have big rivers, use the rivers to use boats to travel from one point to the other. We have got the whole sea, which is the biggest border. We don't have. Is sleeping economy. The great Phakisa is unlocking that so that we can. My wish to have a boat from Cape Town to Durban could be fulfilled one day. I will be on the boat. Ladies and gentlemen, the growth of our economy will be greatly enhanced by the success of economic transformation. The black majority should play a critical role in our growing economy, not just as consumers, but as entrepreneurs, industrialists, and producers as well. To this extent, in January 2014, I signed into law the Broad-Based Black Economic Empowerment Amendment Act. Among others, The Act provides for the establishment of the broad-based Black Economic and Empowerment Commission, which is meant to provide an institutional environment for the monitoring and evaluation of the BBBEE. This includes promoting collaboration between the public and private sectors in order to promote and safeguard the objectives of broad-based Black economic empowerment. It also intends to make the BBBEE a success by removing obstacles, creating an effective and efficient environment for it, as well as instituting mechanisms for good governance and accountability. The process of setting up the Commission is at an advanced stage, and it is targeted for 31st March 2015. As the Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. Rob Davis, explained on Tuesday, following the meeting of the outgoing Presidential Black Economic Empowerment Advisory Council, we have an ambitious program to graduate BBBEE beneficiaries to fully fledged industrialists. In September 2012, I requested the BEE Advisory Council to advance the Black Industrialist Program concept. A lot of progress has been made. The program has been launched, and we are also developing a strategy and policy on Black industrialists. Our aim is to promote and enable the participation of Black people in the manufacturing sectors of the economy to become giants through support from government and other related institutions. With the support of big business, this transformative program will succeed. The Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Mr. Mzwandile Masina, leads the Black Industrialist Priority Project. Indeed, we are forging ahead together to build our economy. What is important for all of us to remember is that we should put South Africa first in everything we do. I want to believe that we all want to see a united and prosperous South Africa. As various political parties, business organizations, or even social clubs, we may differ on methods. We need to be careful about the methods we use as we push political and economic objectives. Let us disagree on issues, but ensure that South Africa does not suffer in the process. We all have a duty to make our beautiful country succeed. As a politician, I've often said this to opposing parties, underlining this very point, that even if we differ on ideas or ideological, but we all want to arrive at a prosperous South Africa. The approach to that final point might take different things. Some may want to walk on a footpath. Some may want to take a highway. Some may want to fly. Some may want to use the oceans. And the time you take to get there is not the same. But you are going to one place. So we can't fight as if we live in different countries and therefore be the people who seem to be running the country down. At some point, I've even pleaded that let us identify key national things that we cannot play around in politics, that must unite us, that you cannot disagree on. It is absolutely important, all of us, that we work towards a prosperous South Africa. That's part of what informed us as South Africans to develop a plan, a national plan that is overarching, the NDP, so that all of us should be working in one direction, whether we're in politics or in economy or in social activities. How do we reach a country that all of us will be happy, all of us will be free, all of us will feel at home? It's very important. And that's why these collaborations are not necessarily to help one another just for our sake, but it's for the sake of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that South Africa is open for business. We may be going through a rough period economically, like most economies in the world, but we will survive if we work together and focus on implementing the National Development Plan. Working together, we will move South Africa forward. Thank you very much.
And that was President Jacob Zuma addressing the annual convention of the South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, SACCI, at the Gallagher Estate in Midrand here in the Gauteng province. Now, for more on this...
President of the South Africa, thank you. There are times when there are swells in the sea, when the vessel is unstable. It takes a captain to give an order of how to maneuver and reach out to land. A number of deliberations have been entered, talking to the state of the economy of the country, talking to what advantages we have as a country.
Tell them. Studio, please call me for comms.
Here now, hear the president endorsing. The will is there. It's for the business community with the support and the acceptance of the commitment from the SACCI board, SACCI representing
They don't have your
membership, small, big entrepreneurs.
What am I going to do?
Join SACCI and work together to accomplish. One content from what the president's speech came out
He says you're not answering.
was collaboration, partnership, and the role that business should play.
His phone is not ringing.
That's the challenge from a SACCI perspective.
Tell them the number. Yeah, uzama nona kade ngifoni.